Welcome back to another episode of Besties and Books. I'm Ellen, this is Sarah, and on this channel we drink wine, share laughs, and talk all books.
And today we are going to do something a little bit chaotic, a little bit different, and potentially friendship ruining.
Rude, yes, but it's finally time for our Bestie Book Swap. So I'm going to pick a book for Sarah to read this month, and she's going to pick a book for me to read. There's no backing out, no vetoes, and absolutely no complaints. Before we get into it, don't forget that if you're loving our content, to like this video, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our future videos. That being said, let's get into it.
All right, so quick rules. We choose one book that the other one must read in their own time. So there's no pressure to get through it in a given month.
Yes, that's right. So I did say in the month, but I say that very loosely. There is no pressure about when we finish this book because we always set ourselves a really high TBR. But you can best be sure that when we do get to it, we'll include it in our monthly reading wrap up. And as I said, there'll be no vetoing, no swapping, no please don't make me read this. If your bestie chooses it, you are stuck with
And
it.
after we're done reading, we will come back and give a mini review, our ratings, our honest thoughts, trauma levels, anything.
All right, besties, it's time for the reveal. I feel like you know what I'm
Oh,
going to pick for you as
I don't
well.
know. I have no idea actually.
Really? You don't? Oh, I reckon as soon as I tell
How
you,
about
you'll
I
be like,
guess? It's like,
oh, that's so
is it
obvious.
going to be the one with the like skull on the cover?
Yeah,
Lights
yeah.
out?
It's Lights Out by Nevessa Allen.
Ah, let me put it on.
I loved this dark romance book. I listened to it on Audible and I thought the audiobook was fantastic. So I also
Oh,
thought this would
good.
be
So
a good
I'd love
one.
it then. Okay, good.
Yes. That's why I thought it was a good choice too. I was like, oh, because then she won't be pressured to physically read it. It's something that she can listen to. And I know that the audiobook is great. I love
I
the
love it.
narrators, so it's dual narration. Very laugh out funny. Perhaps don't listen to it in public because some of the spice scenes will have you going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, and just
Okay.
blushing a little bit. But it's also got some laugh out loud moments as well that literally had me, yeah, literally laughing
Do you
out
know what?
loud.
You have been talking about this book for months. So, and with all the other books we have on, I just never get back to it. So this is good. This will make me read
Yeah.
it.
Might be a good Christmas read as well. So, just a little brief synopsis for those of you who haven't read or heard about this book. It's basically a dark, steamy romance. It follows Ali. She's a trauma nurse, and her means of escaping her work are following these masked tattooed men online that she sort of fantasizes about. And then we have Josh. He has an online persona at nighttime where he poses these sort of masked thirst traps for his millions of fans. And I guess their stories become intertwined. He doesn't realize, I guess, how closely connected she is to his life and same sort of vice versa. And then we have Josh turning from predator to protector, and he basically becomes her love interest, I guess. So it's really fun. It is a dark romance, but there's nothing dark between the two of them. Everything is consensual. I would say, look, I mean, check your triggers if you want, but I would say this is pretty on the lighter side of
Compared to
dark
some of the
romance. There's
ones we've
nothing.
read.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Their connection is quite light. So pretty fast paced, and it's got 4.1 on Goodreads out of 529,000 reviews, which is pretty good.
But you rated it higher than that, didn't you?
I gave it 4 stars
Oh, okay.
because the reason why I gave it 4 stars is because it turns from a dark romance into a bit of a thriller, and I didn't love the thriller
Okay.
plot where it was going by the end. I sort of thought the book could have finished at 90%, and that would have been a great
Is
dark
it because it's
romance. I
setting
didn't
up
really
for
care for the
book
thriller.
two, the thriller
Yeah,
part?
I wonder. I'm trying to think of it. I don't know because I have no idea what book 2 is about. Maybe when you read it, then we can look into it and see if we add it to our list.
Cool. All right. Do you want to hear what I've picked?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Do you know, the funny thing
I'm
is because we
scared.
because we've read so many of the same books, I did have to think for a few minutes about what I was going to pick you. But
Mm-hmm.
I made up my mind and I am assigning you a book by Juliet Marilia, and it's called Daughter of the Forest. You probably have
Okay.
never heard of it unless I've mentioned it
No,
before.
I
It's quite an old
haven't.
book. I did look up when it was written, and it was written in 1999. So it's we're going back to the 90s. It is part of a series. This is book one. It's set in ancient Ireland, and it's sort of in her writing very heavily based on Celtic mythology. So the reason I picked this book, and it's been many years since I read it, but it was one of those books that made a massive, lasting impression. Like the story
Okay.
is beautiful, the writing is captivating. She portrays these characters with such emotional depth that you finish the book and you just have to read it again. I'm pretty sure this is one book that I finished and started and read through again from start to
Oh, I
finish.
love that. I love
But
that.
she's one of the authors that got me into fantasy. So we're talking back in
Mm.
my teenage years. So because we have very similar tastes in books, I'm super intrigued as to whether you'll enjoy it or
Yeah.
whether it was just, 15-year-old Sarah loved it and you will read it and go, actually, it's like, what is she talking about? It's just crazy. But it's obviously a fantasy, but it's different to, a lot of the modern day smut or fairy smut that
Mm.
we're probably
Mm.
reading.
Yeah.
Um,
We're leaning more towards that at the moment, aren't we?
yeah, but it's like it is a beautiful, like gut-wrenching, think about it days later romance as part of this story. But
Okay.
it's a very PG romance. It's not the sort
Yes.
of, yeah, it's not smart romance. Anyway,
I still
synopsis.
love my PG romances. I mean, I know Crimson Moth was nothing like mind blowing in terms of the way that it was written, but that was a very PG romance. I think
True,
the
yeah.
the most I got to was like a tiny kiss. So
And I would say the
I'm all for
romance
it.
is probably not the main plot. Like the plot's happening and the romance is a bit of a sidebar. Anyway, the
Yeah.
synopsis is there's a young girl called Saoirse, I think that's how you pronounce her name, set in ancient Ireland. She's the daughter of a lord. She loses her mother at birth and her father basically ignores her. So she's raised by her six older brothers. Then something happens and tragedy strikes the home. She manages to escape, but all of her brothers are turned into swans by an enchantress.
Oh, you have mentioned
Oh,
this
have
one.
I?
I
Oh, yeah,
remember
it's
you
so good.
saying that.
So I
Yeah.
think there's a few Brothers Grimm fairy tales it's loosely based on. So in order
Yeah.
to save them, she has to knit them each a jumper made of like a spiky plant that like ruins her hands. She also has to remain mute the whole time while she's doing this
Wow.
task, and this task takes her years. So it's sort of quite an interesting story to read because she can't speak for a lot of the story. And if she speaks, then her brothers will remain swans forever. So it's obviously she goes on a very long and painful journey. There's lots of themes of sacrifice. It's complicated because she falls in love along the way. But I was obsessed with this whole series, particularly books one and two. That you could read them in isolation. I almost was going to pick book two for you because I think I like book two slightly more than book one. But if you like
Okay.
book one, you should definitely read book two. They were by far the best. The rest of the series you could sort of take it or leave it. Did look it up on Goodreads. It gets 4.29, but only 70,000 reviews, which I'm assuming is because it's quite an old book and
Hmm.
probably predates when
Well,
Goodreads
Goodreads.
was.
Yeah, I was gonna say Goodreads probably wasn't around then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, I really hope you like it.
I'm
I'm
excited.
intrigued. It's a bit different to what we read,
Yeah,
but yeah, give it a
I'm
go.
excited. So we're going to read our assigned books over the next little
We will
while.
document our emotional breakdowns, our late night thoughts, all the voice notes, and then come back with our reviews.
Let us know in the comments if we should make this a recurring
And
series.
drop some book suggestions that you want us to swap next time.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our future videos.
Until next time, bye.
Bye!